More people shop online. 8, lol.
Your judgment is clouded. Seek clarity.
Wait, okay. I fixed it. Can everybody hear me now? All that great champion select analyzing that I had going on, gone to waste. Feels Kappa, man. Hey, my OBS settings were fucked up for some reason, so I don't know how they changed or what was going on. Anyway, well, rip all the analysis that I was giving. So the analysis. Alright, looks like we've got probably a Zyra mid, yeah. The young Nami mid, I believe. Alright, full team comps here. Looks like pretty standard everything going on. West Coast, Best Coast going for like more of a poke comp here, with a little pick mixed in there, and Eagle Hunter's going for a full-blown team fight. So I like it. Zyra's buffs are really strong lately, so I think I'm gonna say Rochelle. That's how you pronounce that, I guess. Is a support main, so Zyra in the mid lane sort of fits that for her, or him, or they. But I think Zyra in the mid lane is actually going to be really strong against Corki, so they did change Zyra's plants to where only melees can one-shot the plants, so ranged champions still take some time to kill the plants. So pretty decent matchup across all the lanes. I'm going to say it's probably pretty even. Definitely, yeah. The only matchup in the bot lane might be a little bit difficult if Varus gets ahead. The poke is pretty difficult to deal with, but they do have that Nami sustain, so should be pretty interesting going in here. So, my mic was screwed up and everyone missed it, but if you're new here, this is the Phoenix League. My name is XNyquil. I am the owner here and your caster for this game here today. These two teams on the blue side, we have West Coast, Best Coast, and on the red side, we have E-Girl Hunters. Because Where's the Fun loves his E-Girls, his E-Honeys. I'm going to take a quick second to get a drink while we are waiting for the spectator delay, so I'll be right back. Made it back just in time. Here we go, getting into Champ Select. Let me flip over my... Alright, looks like we got some pretty standard stuff, although we do have a grass... Wait, let me pause this. We do have a Grasp of the Undying for the Scion in the top lane, which is a little interesting. A lot of people have been going Comet, because Scion can guarantee the Comet hit on most of his abilities. But everything else is pretty standard. Also no comment on Varus, which is pretty interesting. So press the attack probably means that he's going to be going for more of a auto attacking build instead of a poke lethality build. Also, yeah, comment on Maokai. Not sure about that one either. Let's get rid of chat as well. You know, maybe the comment, Maokai is the new meta, can guarantee it with most of his abilities, so, comment OP. Got this nice winter wonderland for everybody. I know that most people turn it off, but I like the winter wonderland. Alright, looks like we're all starting on the bot side, except for Maokai. A little bit of a cheese bush here. Looks like we're invading straight up the blue buff ramp. Interesting invade there. They did get the Nami flash though, so it's pretty worth. I don't think anybody took any awkward skills. So they're just gonna go back and start this red buff. I would say hashtag worth. Oh, the Comet Maokai coming in with that early damage. I like it, I like it. abusive. Directing the camera wants to watch the tanks slap each other. Just some trading back and forth here in the early game. Looks like Rammus is going for a full clear, maybe? Yeah, Rammus is going for a full clear. Sejuani is going straight to her buff, which probably means that Sejuani is going to be looking towards the top side for an early gank. I don't think Rammus is that great of a full clearer, though, so interesting choice there. Oh, so he cleared his bot side, backed, and now he's got his double XP items for the jungle clear, coming back up into the top side. Interesting that we're not seeing any early aggression from either of the junglers. Sejuani did both the robust, but then went straight to just full clearing again. So it looks like we're just going to get some trading back and forth. Maokai's super low here. Not forced to flash. Oh, the Zyra damage. Flash Ignite, first blood to Zyra. Let's see if Sejuani can get that turned around. Rammus is not here to help. Zyra is kind of in a bad position. Oh, but the plants pick up a second kill. Oh, Sion picks it up top lane. Here comes Rammus trying to return that kill. Sion still does have flash. Probably will have to force a flash out here, yep. Hashtag worth, Zyra says. And that also has to do a lot with the new Zyra change. So Zyra has a lot more access to her plants early. It's a little less RNG, and the more damage her plants do, the more plants she gets. So it's pretty crazy, the changes to Zyra and Morgana both. No, we can't take out the snow. We like the snow, Jenka. Oh, the bubble lands. That's a full Rammus coming in. Taunt. Yep. I'm gonna kill there on the Karma. Some trading back and going on up in the top lane. Just the tanks smacking each other. The Sejuani is still staying down here in the bot lane. Oh, that bubble missed. Probably would have been a kill had that bubble landed. So now the bot lane from Eagle Hunters is pretty up in summoner advantage, so probably we'll see some more ganks down in the bot lane now that Karma is down her flash and they don't have any heal down there. Sion is going in, lands the ult, knows that the Maokai still has flash though, might force the flash there, yep. Good trading going on up in the top lane. Interesting that the Zyra went straight for the Haunting guys early, looking just to get that as much plant damage as possible. Just so abusive with these plants. Directed camera really likes the Zyra, I don't know why. Even though Zyra does have the 2 kills up in the mid lane, she is at a pretty heavy CS disadvantage. That could be due to the fact that plants do make it difficult to CS. It's kind of a nuanced sort of CSing. But seeing a pretty hefty CS disadvantage there in the mid lane. Still some tanks slapping each other up in the top lane. Now, Sion is rushing that Sunfire Cape, although I don't know if the early Chain Vest is really great itemization against Maokai. It doesn't really provide Sion any sort of resistances for the Maokai's AP damage. Got Sejuani coming around here for that gank in the bot lane. Probably going to try and force out some of these summoners. Oh, the pick potential with these 2 ults. Really great layering of the CC there from Sejuani and Varus. Perfectly executed gank, although they did not burn any sums. But good to know that they can layer that CC. Some really great pick potential there on the side of West Coast, Best Coast. Now they do have the Corki package. Looks like they're going to be trying to just secure some dragon control here. Don't think that they'll be using the Corki package for anything. Looks like they might try to collapse in on this. Xayah may be in a bad spot here. Oh, okay. The feather damage is insane. And just really bad misplay there. Sejuani overestimating her Q range and ended up paying the price for it. That's kind of unfortunate, although I guess they did get the drag. But now Xayah is extremely fed. Maybe I am gonna kill myself after the stream, Demon. Thanks for giving me the idea. It's all your fault. Oh, Remus coming in. Oh, Flash was probably a little unnecessary from both of them. Little overkill there, but do pick up the kill there on the Corki in the mid lane. Sejuani coming in here to gank the... Oh, is she going to make it out? Is she going to pick up the kill? Oh, no. Actually got it there, but a little bit of an overextension. Remus comes in to come pick up the kill. Maokai getting the 1v1 up in the top lane. Sion coming in for that 1v1 kill. Interesting that neither one of the teleports have been used here for the top lane. They're just walking back to lane every time. Probably saving those teleports for some team fighting stuff. Maokai may be teleporting top here to catch the wave that's crashing in his tower. May not be worth. Yeah, you gotta think that maybe if that Maokai had taken some resistances in that tank tree, might be able to survive in those extended trades. But he does have the mana flow ban, so, you know, more poking, I guess. I look away for 1 minute and they're diving the bot lane. There comes the first TP of the game. Maokai coming in with the TP play. Eagle Hunters definitely had a huge advantage here in the bot lane with the Xayah already up a full item on Varus. Raymond's going hard. But it looks like West Coast will be able to just walk that one out. So definitely the problem with Varus going an on-hit build. Ginzos is probably the worst item to build first. It's similar to like a Triforce. Anybody that builds Triforce first it's so expensive, and so when you get behind, it's difficult to sort of catch up there. But now Varus does have his Gwynzos. Gonna be looking to make some plays now. Got that damage power spike. Though I do think that Xayah is sitting on almost 2,000 gold, so gonna be a pretty big back here for Xayah. Got a little map rotations here. Looks like the bot lanes are going to be moving to the mid lane. Now that bot tower is gone. Traded bot for top towers. Looks like they're making a play for the Herald, which is the only objective on the map right now. It is going to be a 5v4. Zyra is bot lane. Do they know this yet, though? Ramos does secure the Herald going in. They're caught up in the Varus ult. Xayah's off on the side by herself. Can the Scion pick up the kill? Slow her down. Oh, here comes the Xayah 1v4. They do trade 1 for 1 there, and Ramus does happen to smite the Herald there at the last second, and they do pick up the Herald for themselves. So, worth there on the side of Eagle Hunters. And winning, coming out on top in a 4v5. So, you can definitely start to feel the pressure there from the fact that Xayah is holding a lot of the gold and dealing out a whole bunch of damage. Definitely need to be focusing Xayah first instead of the only person they caught out was the Nami there, so probably a little bit of a miscommunication on pick potential and who exactly they want to be using those single target lockdowns on. Eagle Hunter's looking to pick up the Ocean Drake here. Looks like that's going to be free, uncontested. Alright, looks like they're going to be sieging up the mid lane here. Ramus rolling on in. Are they going to drop the Herald here? Maybe on the next wave. Eventually, this bot lane is just going to get to a point where neither one of these things are going to kill each other. It's going to be super boring. Just slapping each other. They do drop the Herald in the mid lane. Looks like they're going to be pushing for this inhib turret. They are still 1-3-1-ing. The Corki is up top pushing that turret down. I don't know if trading the top turret is worth it for the inhib turret. Corki is coming in now. Picks up the kill on Ramus. And I think the Eagle Hunters are going to back out here. Maybe he's still going in. Kind of risky here without their tank anymore. Alright, looks like they're resetting here, going towards top side. Probably going to look to push down the last outer turret that they have. Rotate some of their vision up to the top side. They do have Baron up in a minute and 45. I don't know if they'll actually be trying to do for a 20-minute Baron, but it is possible with how fed their AD carry is here. Where's the fun? 7-0 on this Xayah. Definitely prioritizing more of a team fight with the early Runans, just to fit into their comp. Definitely a heavy team fighting comp. They are choking out all of the vision here on the top side to secure this outer turret that they can, that West Coast Best Coast can't defend anymore. Great macro movements here from Eagle Hunters. Just really playing their advantages to the map, even though they don't have that huge of a gold lead. Surprising, like usually at this point in the game, in preseason, we've seen a lot of snowballing here. Usually like 9 or 10k gold leads at 20 minutes. They do have the Corki package. Pretty risky for them Eagle Hunters to trade here. Xayah is off by herself, trying to get a pick off on the side. Here they do come in, engage. The Sejuani ult used to engage, and Eagle just instantly turns it around. All of their ults are still available. Right there on top of the Xayah ult in all the plants, and their tank just gets instantly demolished. Looks like it was some poor focus there, focusing the Maokai first. Not enough minions to take that top lane tower. Looks like they're just going to rotate, push out the waves, and look to maybe set up some vision here for this Baron. Oh, top lane matchups. Looks like the junglers are coming in, looking to pick off maybe one of these tanks. It is going to be a 2v2 down here in the bot lane. Sejuani's right here to help. They're going to turn it around. Stun comes out. And Xayah's here to reach them first. Are they going to be kiting back here? Looks like actually Ramus falls first. Xayah is caught out. Featherstorm comes out. And oh no, Varus was caught out on the other side of that. Xayah ult instantly goes down. They're going to be turning around here for Eagle Hunters. They are up. Actually, it was a 2v2 trade. Oh no, actually Maokai did make it out. Maokai's super low though. Oh, the heal comes out. Overextended there from the side of Where's the Fun, taking one too many tower shots. And West Coast re-engages here. They do have the Corki poke still coming out. Good hold there from the side of West Coast. Corki's still going hard. Corki needs to die because his E is bugged and it's just making lots of noise and I don't want to hear it. Alright, so checking out the items, the Sejuani did brush from Warmongs, going for that sustain here against all of that. I guess the Zyra damage is what's probably shredding her the most. Probably needs to get some resistances though. Zyra does have an early injury, so instantly countering all of that health that Sejuani has. And the later that this goes on, the more scary that Varus is going to get. He is going the full on-hit build, so will be really, really scary in the late game, as opposed to Xayah, which Xayah is really good, is still good late game, but not nearly as much as like a true hyper carry. But these tanks are coming online, so probably see some really nice front-to-back team fighting with these meaty fat asses in the front. Looks like West Coast is losing their vision in the top side. E-Girl Hunters looking to secure some of this Baron vision and pressure them out, which is probably the best bet, with Zyra being one of the best control mages in the game. But they do have to deal with this split pushing Corki. Corki does have teleport up. And with Corki and Triforce able to push down those towers super fast. I think Corki's package is available. That's why he's backing. Package is picked up. Looks like Corki is coming here to join the fight. They're starting a fight here in the jungle. They're backing out knowing that Corki has this package. Eagle Hunters know it's not a safe fight to take. Looks like Corki's going to go pressure the bot tower. Still has package and TP up. Eagle Hunters is getting a little separated here. They are sending Zyra bot to deal with the Corki, which is interesting since Corki does have teleport, can leave the Zyra. Here comes the Corki TP. Zyra is going to be able to stop it maybe? Yep, she is able to. Kind of a bad engage here, but they're able to turn around with the pick. Xayah is still in the back. Varus out of position. Unfortunately, Varus was unable to get that Xayah kill because Xayah's ult does allow her to get out easily. Varus definitely going to have to be a lot more careful in these team fights. So much CC from the side of the tanks on Eagle Hunters, like the point and click CC. So one misstep by Varus and a majority of the damage from West Coast is down the drain. Rammus looking to clear out some of the vision again. Get that chokehold on the Baron. They do still have the TP from Scion though, so Scion could go back bot and split push again. And hopefully this time they'll be able to get maybe a good teleport flank or something with the Scion ult. But both teams actually pretty evenly matched right now, even though they are about 3k gold down here on the side of West Coast, Best Coast. It's still a pretty even game though. Looks like Eager Hunters is looking to pressure this open inhib now that it's back up again. Here comes Remus. They're going on the backline on Corki. The Maokai comes in. Maokai ult. Looks like just completely obliterating Varus again. Out of position. Xayah is exhausted. Xayah goes down. A little bit forward. 2 forward there. They do get the inhib, but they do trade 3 for 1. 2 for 1, I'm sorry. But they do get what they set out to get with the open inhib. Adding some more pressure to the map. Now looks like they'll probably just turn around back to Dragon and then setting up Baron again. Kind of risky on the side of Eager Hunters here. They did have more of a mid-game comp. And as the game goes later and later and later, the Corki and the Varus with the double AD carry comp will definitely outscale the side of Eager Hunters here. And Corki's E is bugged, and all I hear is that machine gun going off, and I just instantly want to look away. Oh, great stun there by Zyra, zoning ult from the Maokai. Looks like they're just going to pick up this Infernal Drake for themselves. Maokai going in. Looks like Scion is caught out here by himself. Looks like they're just going to focus on the Scion. Remus trying to zone off the backline. Scion does get to make it out though. Corki TP stop. I'm going to push down that inhib turret. And instantly Eager Hunters turns onto the Baron. They're burning down the Baron. And actually, West Coast, Best Coast have no idea that they're doing this. They don't have any vision of the pit. And Corki backed. That's a free Baron. Good call there from Eager Hunters. Now they've got the ability to open up the map completely. Looks like they're grouping up in the mid lane. They don't have the TP up right now, so a little bit risky to put Maokai in the side lane. So they're probably just going to 5v5 up in the top lane. Scion is out here alone. I'm not sure if Corki has his package or not right now. It looks like he just used the package mid. Corki continuing to split push. I don't know if this is the best option for them. Corki is going to be a majority of their damage. He does have that IE and Trinity Force completed. Cyan just taking buttloads of damage up here in the front. Is caught out. But it is a 4v5 because Corki is still in the mid lane. Corki just back is finally here. And they just end up giving up the free death. And Maokai flashes onto Corki. Corki's caught out. Corki looks like this is going to be Corki. Oh, he just barely survived. He's got the Hex Drinker. Looks like Maokai overextending a little bit there and ends up paying the price for it. They still are up, but it is a little bit risky to stay here. They are low, and they do have their fountain right there. So they've got 2 inhibs down now and looking to rotate to the bot side and maybe pick up that inhib as well. Baron about 3/4 of the way done. Looks like they might reset and head bot side. Now the mid inhib is coming back up, so they'll probably be looking to maybe split push that mid inhib and bot inhib at the same time. Yeah, a bit of a macro misplay here from the side of West Coast, Best Coast. Corki is focusing a little bit too much on that split push, and it's costing West Coast, Best Coast a lot of their structural damage due to the fact that they're constantly fighting a 4v5. Because Corki didn't have teleport up during that split push there. Corki caught out by the Zyra. That's unfortunate. Instantly popped. Oh, flash ult from Xayah there. Great play there to pick off the support Karma. Overstepping the boundaries a little bit there. Too much on the Xayah, part of Xayah. Gets popped by the tower. Now Maokai's caught out. The Varus damage coming out. Insane. Although Maokai does pick up the kill back on Varus because Maokai's heal is OP. 3-for-3 trade, but the base on the side of West Coast, Best Coast is looking a little bit sad. They do have a, it's not the right type of Drake. I don't know what Drake is coming up. Let's take a look. It is Elder Drake that's coming up, actually. So Elder's coming up in 30 seconds. Looks like EGH Hunters is going to be headed straight down there, setting up vision there for the Elder Drake. And really great vision control here from the side of EGH Hunters. They've had about 3 or 4 pink wards on the map at all times during this game. And just absolutely choking out the vision from West Coast, Best Coast. And it looks like West Coast, Best Coast isn't even going to be there in time to contest that Elder Drake. Which they really need to do, since EGH Hunters do have 3 of those Drakes. Looks like they are just going to be pushing down here the bot side for that final push. This could be make or break, so definitely need a really great team fight here from the side of West Coast, Best Coast in order to save this triple inhib. Looks like they are just walking straight into the base. Ramus zoning everyone off. Cyan's not here yet. They don't have their tank. Just throwing out some poke damage, and looks like they're just going to give up the inhib for free. Maokai ult coming out. And looks like Eagle Hunters are just going to wait for the triple super inhibs. Top inhib is coming back up, so they're rotating back up top to take down that to secure that the triple inhib. And no contesting of the inhibitors from the side of West Coast, West Coast. Their base is already in shambles, you might as well go in. Baron is up. Looks like E-Girls is going to go the safe route and just go for the total annihilation. Triple inhib Baron. Even if West Coast, West Coast was to win a team fight at this point, with 6 supers coming into the base every 30 seconds, it's not easy to survive that. A full reset. I'm going to pick up all that gold that they got from all that structural free gold, and it looks like they're just pushing down mid for the final push here. Let's see, do we have a Corki package? When is Corki's package? Is it up right now? Can't see Corki's package cooldown. Good stuff. My Discord is making noises. I'm sorry. And here comes that mid lane push. Maokai ult just coming out. Probably just a zoning ult just to keep them off the towers while they let the inhib or the minions take it all. Team fight coming out. Redemption Zyra is caught out. Uses Zonia. The Varus damage coming out though. Oh, caught out by the Maokai feels bad. And just a clean wipe there, and they're just going to be taking down the Nexus here for the first win for E-Girl Hunters. GG's. Oh my god, they fixed the spectator bug. I can see damage and stuff now. Hey. Let's look at the damage charts here. Yeah, the Xayah and the Zyra just pumping out loads of damage. Not too great high damage there on the side of West Coast, West Coast. Corki probably would have had a lot more damage had not been split pushing most of that game. And obviously the Varus was going very hyper late game build, so just needed to scale that build more, but never had the time to get there. My Discord is not in streamer mode because I don't want anybody to, in case shit gets bad, I need to be there for people, you know? Let's see. Why don't I have an invite to this next game? We can put some music back on. Oh my god. Somebody report illegal Jesus for spamming me on my Discord. Let's open this back up. Just Alright, back in here, and they have swap sides. Alright, we're back in Champ Select now. Typical Orange Band coming out. Looks like West Coast does not want to deal with that Zaya again. And the Katarina Band again coming out. I'm not sure. I don't think anybody on the side of West Coast is like a Katarina player truly. But I do know that Where's the Fun does not like to play against Katarina, so could just be a preferential ban. And the U ban again for the one-trick E player. Not surprised. And let's see, what is the last ban going to be here from the side of West Coast? Maybe an Ezreal ban. Oh, the Zyra ban. Which is actually a pretty good ban. Zyra is very strong right now. And that does mean, though, that they do get Ezreal for Where's the Fun. Looks like Aatrox is gonna play Aatrox this game. And a Maokai jungle. Interesting, so Maokai is definitely weaker in the jungle than he is in the top lane, so will be interesting to see what they pick up here for if they want to pick anything to abuse the Maokai in the jungle early. What the F is this? Oh, it's an ad. Could we not have an ad? That'd be great. Alright, looks like they pick up Rek'Sai and Lulu. The Lulu might be a good pick here, just to deny a lot of the all-in that they're picking here on the side of West Coast. And Rek'Sai definitely is an interesting pick. So Rek'Sai is definitely an early game jungler, but he's a little bit weaker in the meta right now. Doesn't really have a great keystone. And so she has sort of fallen out of the meta. Still banning out the Jace. I guess trying to avoid Snyder dude from being on any sort of carry top laner. And it looks like they are just trying to pinch the mid lane pool for Wallflower. Nothing but a Whiskey Delta. Corky Band coming out for... again, it looks like they're just trying to pinch the mid lane pool of Wallflower. But they are looking to counter pick here for Wallflower, so they do pick up the Vayne. Which Vayne is pretty good here for into Ezreal. Easy to dodge it with his Qs with the tumble. And going on some more hard engage here with the Kled and potential Ahri pickup here. Now Kled is really scary with a Lulu, so the hard engage might be something that they want to maybe pick a disengage mid laner here. Azir would be great, but Azir is difficult to play. Looks like they pick up Malzahar here for the mid lane. Malzahar is a really great pick for Ahri. Lock her down, she can't ult or anything like that. Definitely still have a lot of pick potential here for West Coast, Best Coast. Nautilus is definitely pretty strong right now. As a more little bit like alternate to Thresh and Blitzcrank, so will be interesting to see what they do for the side of here in the bot lane. Now, Ezreal can normally negate Blitzcrank and Thresh's hooks, but he cannot negate Nautilus's, so lots of CC here on the side of West Coast, West Coast, so hopefully they'll be able to turn this out here into a win and make this a 1-for-1 series. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my drink while we wait for the spectator delay, and then we'll check on those keystones. Alright, I'm back. Looks like we're loading up into the game now. I'll close that. Swap this over and alright, looks like we've got some pretty standard stuff here. This time the Maokai jungle actually took Aftershock this time. No Comet Maokai for this game. And looks like they're going to be going with a carry top laners this time. So it should be interesting here up in the top lane now. Now that we don't have two tanks in the top lane, we're going to be looking at probably a lot of early ganking and scrapping up in the top lane to get these more carry-oriented top laners ahead. We do have the Unsealed Spellbook on Malzahar. Going to be allowing for... I don't suspect to actually see him swap any summoner spells, but probably just the more teleports and more flashes, more flash ults, make Malzahar extremely dangerous to play against. Let's turn off chat and sound controls. Alright, got some snow blowing. Let's get hype for game 2 here of this series. Is E-Girl's gonna close it out for that 2-0 sweep? Or is West Coast gonna turn it back around for that reverse quote-unquote sweep in a best of 3? If you can sweep in a best of 3. West Coast gonna be spotted out here with a ward on that tri-bush. Good adaptation here from E-Girl Hunters. Not gonna be caught out by that early invade cheese again. Just spamming their emotes over here in this bush. Looks like it's going to be a pretty standard start for both teams. Definitely some early aggression here in the mid lane instead of the early wave pushing. Looks like pretty standard stuff from the side of the junglers. Looks like they're just going buff, camp, buff. Oh, no, actually, Maokai is going to stop there at his Raptors. So probably an early gank here from the side of Rek'Sai. Cled's going in up top. Going to be just trading back and forth. And the bot lane being pushed out here by the Ezreal pretty early. Looks like an invade here from the side of Rek'Sai. Some early scrapping. Gonna force the flash over the wall here. Oh, no. Actually just W'd over the wall. Good play there from Maokai, the quick escape. And Rek'Sai takes the blast cone to safety. It was definitely a good invade there from the side of Rek'Sai for Snake, forcing the Maokai into a skirmish and not able to gank anymore. So the top laner, Kled, can remain aggressive and continue to push in the Aatrox early. Kled does proc the Aatrox passive. And just some standard laning. The bot lanes are level 3 now, and the junglers are down here on this side. Rek'Sai coming around the backside. Lulu is caught by the hook, forced to flash. Vayne is going to get the last auto. The first blood comes out for Vayne. Rek'Sai here, they're going to look to turn this around. But the Rek'Sai is going to be caught and instantly popped by the Vayne. And, nope, no, Ezreal makes it out alive. On the backside of that, Aatrox does fall in the top lane there to Snyder in the 1v1 with Kled. Probably going to end up forcing the TP here from Aatrox. Good gank there from Maokai. Getting that 2 early kills on Vayne against Ezreal is really going to help her. Ezreal not able to start any early items, first back with just a Tears. So now Vayne is going to be able to come in with probably a BF sword, or really anything that helps her offensively, whereas Tears isn't going to do much for Ezreal early. Looks like Aatrox is still going hard in on the Kled, even though he's down an item at this point, forcing Aatrox to back. Gonna lose a lot of XP here. So Vayne did go BF Sword into boots. Definitely going to be a lot stronger than the Ezreal at this point. As long as they don't get poked out, if Nautilus can land the Q, will be easy pickings in the bot lane. Rek'Sai is on the bot side here to sort of assist with the Fed Vayne. Malzahar looks like he was trying to walk around the backside, but was spotted by a ward. Kled is diving pretty hard there. They are fighting over the blue buff here in the jungle. Bot lane is roaming up. Lands the Q on Ezreal. Oh, the press the attack damage. It is a 4v5, a 4v3 here. And Ahri does get the return kill there on Malzahar, even though Malzahar ulted her. Welscos Pescos does get to secure here the Earth Drake. Ezreal trying to come back in around. Just poking. Kled is about to get remounted. Does he look like he's going to go back in here on the Aatrox? Gonna pop the Aatrox passive here. Just some standard trading in the top lane. Alright, so we are after 6 minutes, and both stopwatches for Malzahar and Ezreal are online, and let's hope to see some sick stopwatch outplays. There is a big CS differential here in the mid lane. Ahri is up a kill and 20 CS, which is basically like 2.5 kills. So Ahri is going to be able to definitely bully out this Malzahar early, especially with the blue buff handed over here to Ahri in the mid lane. Looks like Rek'Sai is coming around here to gank the Malzahar. And that's going to be a dead Malzahar. Rek'Sai's heading bot lane now. Looks like he's going to be spotted by the pink ward in the bush. I'm just going to clear that and probably go back into his jungle and clear his cards maybe. Looks like Makai is walking around here into the mid lane. Will be spotted by a ward. Ahri's going to back out safely. Some trading in the top lane going on again. Kled really bullying out the Aatrox. And it's showing in the CS differential now. Up 20 CS. Lulu's caught by the hook. Vayne ulting going in. That's going to be a dead Lulu. Ezreal exhausted and slowed. And that's... Oh, the stopwatch! Definitely not going to save him there. That's unfortunate. And it looks like Vayne is going to be able to pick up the first turret there for the side of West Coast, Best Coast. Kled's going in hard. And he does have the passive for Aatrox. Aatrox being kind of really great play there from the side of Kled. Waiting for that Aatrox passive to go down. Unfortunately caught by the Malzahar here. Oh. Really smooth play there from the Snyder there to avoid letting Aatrox reset with his revive. Looks like they are going to do a lane swap here. Aatrox is going to go to the bot side. While they have put bot lane in the mid lane and Malzahar up top. Looks like West Coast, Best Coast is going to be rotating up here to get the Rift Herald. Since Dragon isn't up for another minute, they'll probably look here to get this and possibly maybe get a skirmish here. Looks like a bot lane and Ahri are moving up here to contest this, but Rek'Sai did have to clear the wave, so it's going to be a little late to the party. Knockout is going in. The TP is coming out from Kled. Oh, Vayne flashed over the wall. Gosu, is that you? Oh no. Kled is going in. Aatrox going deep. Does have the passive though. We'll have to force his passive here. in a bad spot will be knocked up here by the Rek'Sai. Looks like Eager Hunters is going to be pushing here for the mid lane tower. Kled is going in hard in the back line. Going to be catching out this Vayne here. Just barely missing that last auto attack. Not able to get enough damage there on that mid lane tower. Eager Hunters rotating down here for the bot, for the Earth Dragon. Let's see, Maokai did pick up the Rift Herald, so West Coast will be looking here probably, I would assume, to put that mid, get that mid tower open, and open up some more of the map for them. And we're going to watch Kled back all the way, because director camera things. No true words have been said by Legal Jesus in the chat. As his captain and leader of his team, he never teleports anywhere except for farm. I really like the upped vision control here from the side of West Coast, Best Coast. Last game, they definitely could feel that they were being choked out by vision, so this game they have adapted and bought a lot of pink wards and continuing to choke out vision for the side of Eager Hunters. Maokai gonna be caught out here a little bit. Oh, and denied the blast cone. But his teammate is here on the other side. They are coming over the wall. Still falls there. Looks like Kled is gonna be here. Destroyed by that Vayne silver bolts. Are they still going deeper for more? Oh, Malzahar is going in hard here in the back line. But it is a 4v5 or 4v4 up here because Ahri is in the bot lane. I'm sorry, 4v3. Sorry. Ahri is in the bot lane, split pushing, getting that tower. And looks like Vayne and Alice are just going to go top lane, hopefully to get that tower. Might be able to get there before Kled gets there. May force the Kled ult here. Looks like Kled will save his ult and just clean up the wave. But good rotations here from West Coast, Best Coast, able to go in on the Maokai going in there on the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai's caught out. And uses the ult to dodge some damage, but oh, it is enough. Flashes are able to pick up the kill there on Aatrox, and might pick up the kill here for Ezreal in the back. Probably gonna E over the wall, and Ahri picks it up. They will be able to get this tower. Really great aggro swapping there from the side of Eager Hunters. Kled AFK tanking the tower top. Kled might be able to get a return kill here on the tower. Use your Tiamat. Aatrox meeting him up here now to stop him from taking that tower. Alright, as we move into the mid game, looks like Eager Hunters is up about 1k gold. And still pretty even here. 2 towers to 2 towers. Did we miss the Rift Herald? Where did the Rift Herald go? I didn't even see them put it down. Maokai caught out here. Gonna fall there to Ezreal picking up the kill on that one. They do have 4 people in the mid lane looking to push down this second mid-tier 2 turret. Looking for more, actually. Going to continue to go on and possibly pick up the mid and hib turret here. Oh, Malzahar flash ults on the Ahri. Gets interrupted by yep, that person, Rek'Sai. Vayne just pumping out tons of damage. Aatrox in the back, gonna be able to flank here. Polymorph comes out. An instant double knock up there from Aatrox. Still going hard. Pops to the passive. Kled is in the backline on the Vayne. But Nautilus is peeling for the Vayne. That's a dead Kled. Oh. So now Vayne is 7-0. And we all know that Vayne is probably the biggest hyper carry in the game. Which means that this will continue to be a problem here for Eagle Hunters if they're not able to get some solid lockdown on the Vayne. That being said, they don't really have any great CC for Vayne, as aside from like, you know, Rek'Sai Flash knockup or like Charming, which are all like circumstantial to hit. So definitely going to need some quick plays here in order to shut down this Vayne. This Ezreal just cashing in the Kleptomancy here on that. Got like 4 Kleptomancy procs right there. Good body blocking though. Good teammates from the side of West Coast, Best Coast. Ezreal just poking in here, being annoying. West Coast, West Coast does have a lot of standing gold still up on the map. Definitely need to look to get this mid tower down. Some free gold. That way they can even out the gold disadvantage here. Because the majority of their gold is on Vayne. It's a lot of pressure. If Vayne gets caught out there, that will be almost all of their damage gone. Ahri has picked up the blue. Looks like they're going to be grouping here in the mid lane now. And possibly rotating down here to take the Ocean Drake. West Coast, West Coast looking to Malzahar stopwatch. Comes out, but roots himself in place and ends up falling there. But going hard on that. Oh, I thought that was going to drag him over the wall. Aatrox is able to get out. They do pick up the Water Drake and a kill. Probably going to look up here to rotate and get some vision on the Baron and potentially pressure that out. Nautilus is caught out, cancelled from his Q. The Vayne damage still coming out. Rek'Sai is going in super deep. And they do pick up the kill on Maokai. Ezreal ult comes out. Vayne still is in the back, dishing out tons of damage. And just one more auto. Misses. Ezreal misses the Q and Vayne lives. Was a 3-for-2 trade there, but it looks like they will be able to get this mid lane tower down. Malzahar does have flash still. Cancels his ult early, and Ezreal EQ and picks up the kill on Malzahar. They do pick up that mid inhib tower, so now the inhib is open. This is looking like a repeat of last game. That early open inhib really put so much map pressure out on the map that West Coast, West Coast didn't really know how to respond to that sort of map pressure. So I'm assuming, following what they were doing last game, Eagle Hunters is going to look to group mid and take down this open inhib again, and open up that pressure so that they can take Baron for free again. Good, oh, rushing straight onto the Baron, knowing that they have no vision over here. The Vayne's damage is outrageous. That is a free Baron with no contestation. Really sneaky play there from West Coast Best Coast. It looked like they were just originally just trying to get vision there, but then as soon as they noticed that there was no vision from Eagle Hunters, they just instantly turned around and did it. Great call there from West Coast Best Coast. Still at a about a 3k gold deficit here on the side of West Coast Best Coast, but they do have the Baron, which means that they might be able to take back some of these towers and even out some of this gold deficit. Looks like Eagles are rotating up to the top lane and looking to take this outer inhib, not give Rek'Sai going in. Ezreal already comes out, Kled's ulting in from the back, does pick up there, the Vayne flashes out. Vayne just dishing out so much damage. Kled's in the backline by himself, not focusing the Zed, the Vayne. And Eagle Hunter's just getting completely torn apart. A little bit too hard of a dive there in the backline. Great front to back fighting there from the side of West Coast Best Coast. The two tanks just peeled off to the back and helped peel for that Vayne, who's 8-0 now, and Kled being the only one in the back line even attempting to deal with the Vayne, even flashing in on that. So Eagle Hunters probably need to just sort of take a second and look and realize that Vayne is the one dishing out all of that damage and need to refocus their team fighting focus there. Yeah, Thomas, we are solo casting today. Unfortunately, due to the holidays, our stream team is a little lackluster right now. And my throat hurts from solo casting because it's so much more talking than I wanted to do today. Alright, so we do have a dragon coming up here. Looks like it is another Ocean Drake. Definitely looks like West Coast Best Coast is trying to secure some vision down here on this side to avoid that double Ocean Drake, which really benefits Ahri and Ezreal in their sieging and poking. But it looks like actually West Coast Best Coast has turned around the gold deficit that they have been at. They were down like 3k, but now they're up just a couple hundred here, but still have turned that around. Alright, looks like the tanks are going in here on the side. They are caught out. Nautilus is going to fall here. Does get his ult off on Lulu. Vayne is in the back, still dishing out damage to the Kled. But they were able to pick up a kill there from Eagle Hunters on Dream on this Nautilus. And they're just going to turn right around and pick up that Ocean Drake now that they are at a numbers advantage. Probably expect to see some 1-through-1. It looks like that's what they do currently have set up here. For Eager Hunters, nobody will really be able to 1v1 Kled or Ari, so sticking them in the side lane and just pushing down the mid lane with Lulu, Rek'Sai, and Ezreal. Allow them to siege mid and pick up that inhib that's open. Looks like they are posturing up towards the top side again here, looking to pressure the top turret again. They are sitting on a bunch of wards though, and Malzahar ult comes out. Looks like they're ulting there. Rek'Sai is going to be caught and goes down to the Vayne with actually no return here from the side of Eager Hunters. Ari is forced to flash out, or I'm sorry, ult out. And looks like West Coast is going to be getting some mid priority. Oh, the flash on the Kled comes out. Vayne just dishing out so much damage. But that is the Maokai flash, and looks like they probably just back up and take the Baron again here. Eager Hunters is coming in to contest this here with the Kled ult and fighting front to back. Vayne is in the back, just absolutely demolishing the Rek'Sai and just coming in. The Vayne's just so huge at this point, completely untouched in that last fight. Great peeling here for West Coast Best Coast. Looks like Ari able to pick up the kill there on. Woo! Ari doing some work actually, finally picking up the first kill of the day on Vayne. And West Coast actually able to stop that Baron. Maybe a little bit over aggressive there for the call on West Coast Best Coast. Their tanks were pretty low there, and with the Baron just shredding their defenses, Ari was able to get in there and pick up a bunch of kills, and they will get this inhib here mid for free. That does swing the gold back over into Eagle Hunter's favor. Getting that shutdown gold on Vayne feels nice. Alright, looks like both teams are going to be picking up their buffs. And they'll probably be meeting back here around the Baron. Do have pings coming out from Eagle Hunters. Now with the mid lane having super minions in it, they have permanent mid priority and going to be looking to pick up the Baron here. Aatrox did just back though, so this is going to be a 4v5 unless Aatrox teleports here into the pit. But it looks like they're just actually going to be giving up the Baron for free. Aatrox is teleporting in. They're going to continue this fight front to back here. Vayne is in the back with Kled. Kled distracting them while Ari is pumping out as much damage as she can, forcing the Aatrox passive. But the front line here from from West Coast Best Coast is a little bit oppressive here. Vayne is catching up here, and Maokai in the back is going to be able to get the clean ace there for West Coast Best Coast. Looks like they are going to be picking up the Earth Drake here. Alright, looks like we are heading into that late game now. Vayne is full build with a Bloodthirster as her final pickup here. And I don't think that EGH Hunters wins a straight out team fight anymore. They're definitely going to have to look to pick somebody off, maybe Bush Camp or something like that, if they want to pick up this to make a numbers advantage. The front line for West Coast is just completely scary. The Nautilus and the Maokai are just absolutely unkillable at this point. And with no true tank on the side of EGH Hunters, it's kind of putting them at a disadvantage for full-on team fights. Nautilus is going in, does grab the Rek'Sai. Maokai coming in. Vayne is coming in the backline. Instantly pops the Ezreal and the Ahri. No damage dealers on the side of Eagles. And just absolutely getting demolished. The front line for West Coast is just giving Vayne all the room that she needs to just instantly pump out all this damage and destroy EGH Hunters here. Going to be pushing down this bot tower, maybe even going to be able to pick up this bot inhib. They've got about 15 seconds here before the bot lane for EGH Hunters is back up. Seems like more than enough time to pick up this inhib. And with a double Mountain Drake, it does make it pretty spicy to take these turrets pretty fast. 17-1 on Vayne. Just absolutely terrifying. That being said, she does not have any magic resist, so if they can get a pick onto Vayne, Ahri is almost full build and will be able to one-shot Vayne at any stage in the game. So still definitely not over for the side of EGH Hunters here, even though they are down about 5k gold at this point, almost 6k gold. Still definitely a viable option for them to win this game. As we head later and later into late game, that gold is not going to matter. Although they are still trying to 5v5 here at this point. It's kind of like being a dead horse. Maokai is going straight in, catches the Lulu, and Rek'Sai goes down as well, falling to the Vayne. The Malzahar ult catches Ahri, and instantly the front line for EGH Hunters is demolished. Vayne just coming in and dishing out tons of damage. Looks like that is going to be both the turrets and the Nexus for the side of West Coast Best Coast. We have an even game here now. GG's. Let's look at that Vayne damage. Yeah, just absolutely demolishing her team in damage. Definitely a hard solo carry there. Definitely goes to show, you know, with that front to back tank style of fighting is still very viable here, even in the preseason with where we've been seeing lots of poke AD carries and such. I think, yeah, for the side of e-girls, hunters, they just need to make sure that, you know, they actually have a real front line here as opposed to two bruisers. Just had no answer for either of the tanks of Maokai or Nautilus, just all up in their faces, giving Vayne all of that breathing room to just completely dominate them. Now it looks like, let's see here. Let's crank back up the music, and we may have a second caster hopping in here for this second match, or this third match, actually. I want to look at this vision score real quick. Alrighty.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Race all of these broken dreams in flight. And we'll fly.
You want to see my shop? I don't think I have it. can't open it from here. Too bad, dude. Oh wait, I can. Oh, this is my shop. Here you go. Just a bunch of supports.
Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll fly.
Alright, heading back into Jam Select now. Probably still gonna see the Zaya ban. Yep. I expect probably a Vayne ban here.
Not a problem.
Still denying that. The U1 trick.
Impure fools.
And there's the Vayne ban, like I imagine. Still giving over the Maokai here to West Coast Best Coast. I guess Eagle Hunters don't see Maokai as a threat or anything like that, but the Maokai tank is just absolutely devastating. Alright, looks like we're going back up to another tank in the top lane instead of more carry oriented. Looks like West Coast is feeling comfortable in their picks with the Maokai, and Nautilus looks like they're going to be picking up the same exact comp here this time. And I'm going to assume they're going to probably pick another Hyper Carry AD Carry here. I would probably expect to see a lot of bans here to deny Hyper Carries. Probably like Kog'Maw and Twitch bans coming out here. Ezreal ban. Ezreal is pretty strong right now in the meta. Picking up an Olaf here for top lane, I'm assuming, or jungle, I mean. And there is the Twitch. Kind of like I was saying, they're probably going to pick up a Hyper Carry and kind of go for that same sort of team fighting mentality that they had last game. It worked really well for them with the front-to-back team fighting, and going to be looking to probably pick up the same exact comp again, minus the Aatrox. Now they do pick up the Morgana support here for the bot lane to deny the wow, I can't think, the Nautilus hooks. And potentially maybe even the Malzahar ult. That would be pretty spicy. But that is going to be, this will be our final game. Oh, I need to update the thing. Well, look who showed up.
Hello.
We're in the spectator delay right now.
Oh my goodness, I dropped out for 2 seconds and somebody picks Olaf.
Yeah. Not Olaf top though.
This is exciting. Well, hi. I am a hipster dragon. I'm hanging out today, helping.
Gonna color cast this final game.
Yep, gonna color cast, which mostly means I spew a bunch of bullshit and people correct me in the chat. But beyond that,
So we've got a singed Maokai, Malzahar, Twitch, Nautilus.
yep, that
And,
Jin's gonna have a horrible time. But also on the other side, I don't think Twitch is gonna have a great time either with Malphite Olaf running him down.
True, true.
Yeah. The Black Shield's probably gonna be able to eat maybe one crowd control before it gets popped. A lot of magic damage on the side of.
It is support Morgana, so I would expect. I mean, when I play support Morgana, I usually put several points into E first, so that it can't be popped.
Yeah.
And they don't actually have like a lot of real magic damage on the side of West Coast, West Coast. I mean, they do have Malzahar and Maokai and Singed, which are all magic damage dealers, but not any like actual burst.
All right, yeah. I mean, I can see that, but I just think in a team fight, the AoE from Singe, Maokai, and Nautilus is going to pop any Black Shield that gets put on anyone. At least from a support Morgana, right?
As long as she puts points into it early, I think they'll be fine. Obviously, the team comp is really scary with now having... Last game they had, just the 2 unkillable tanks with Nautilus and Maokai, but now they're adding a 3rd tank into the mix of that with Singed.
And and a tank that's a real threat too that they have to actually worry about.
Right, yeah. Because Singed is going to deal a lot of damage.
Aatrox's last game was mostly worth for just his
The
little
knockup.
knock-up, and Resurrection was pretty much all he really offered to the team.
Yeah, being
But
annoying
at
there.
this point, he's going to have some real damage to bring. But on the other hand, if E-Girls can pull off their Wombo combo, Orianna, Malphite onto Twitch, and if they can get on a Malzahar as a bonus, there's not much damage left over on E-Girls' side. Unless they just run at Singed for whatever reason, there won't be a whole lot they can do to bring down the E-Girl hunters. I will look to see Olaf just go balls deep towards Twitch every single team fight.
Well, last game it was Snyder on Kled going balls deep. So, we'll see if Olaf can pull out the 1v3 killing off the AD carry.
Well, as you well know from a member on your team showing you the efficiency of this champion, getting Righteous Glory and Ghost on Olaf pretty much means that you will get on that AD carry and you will do damage to them regardless of who else is trying to stop you. It's more just a question of whether or not they will survive the encounter.
Holy moly, we have the 5 Comet team.
Oh my goodness.
With
no. Oh no.
Pretty standard keystones here for West Coast,
Oh,
Best Coast.
no.
But we do have the 5 Comet E-Girls.
That's
I like it.
interesting that he went Comet on Olaf Jungle. You normally get Comet on Olaf Top because of the lane pressure that it brings, right? But you might think that he would go something closer to Glacial or Summoner Spellbook in the jungle for more ghosts and smites or that slow coming out of the jungle from an auto attack. But, whatever works for him, I guess.
Yeah. Will be very interesting to see. We'll have to double back and check on all the Comet damage here as we get towards the late game. Change this. Alright, we're loaded in. Spectator delay still, even though we're in the game. With our wonderful Christmas lights.
I was trying to spectate in from op.gg, but it got stopped by 3 different exploit programs on my computer, telling me that it's a virus.
It actually, it is a virus,
For sure. Well, let me turn some of this stuff off for a second.
Who is virus protection these days?
It's just Malwarebytes, not really virus protection, but Windows virus protection did stop it.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alright, nice adaptation here from Eagle Hunters. They know that West Coast Best Coast has invaded in some weird way every game so far, so they're stacking here to try and avoid that. Although West Coast Best Coast has decided not to invade. They thought that they might get invaded this time.
Indeed. Last time it didn't really work out super well for West Coast Best Coast, but just expecting it, adapting, and getting ready to drop something on them is a good idea. I actually think it would be a pretty bad idea for West Coast to invade. They have a decent level 1 comp, but walking into a Morgana Bind and Olaf axes is usually a very bad idea.
True.
All right, I am actually loading into spectate now, so hopefully.
So
There we
pretty
go.
standard
Now I'm
starts.
live.
Actually got the Olaf starting wolves, and they're leashing the blue here. So.
Yep, that is a a much predicted super start that people are thinking is going to begin to show up more. Just because if you take the little wolf and the big wolf, and then you take blue, you will get the bonus experience from killing large monsters twice. Now, the preseason change said that you only get bonus experience from the large monsters as long as you are under their level. So, since all of the monsters start at level 2, and taking Big Wolf, Little Wolf still keeps you at level 1, you can kind of double up on that experience. And so you're going to see Olaf take the Gromp, finish off the Wolves, clear Raptors, and then grab Red Buff, which will put him at level 4, pretty close to 3 minutes. Olaf is one of the better ones at this because his axe gives him really good AoE clear on the Raptors, and his W plus his passive, allowing him to get more attack speed on low health, means that he finishes this pretty healthy and doesn't have much issue burning through the jungle in this way. Of course, we see Maokai doing the very standard start, just buff Raptors, and actually not standard, decided to go Wolves and Raptors, which is a little weird, but 2 camps, both buffs, and Scuttle. Unfortunately leaves him at almost no mana, but he'll get that back from blue here soon.
Maokai looking to oh no, going for the early gank here on the mid lane. Might force a flash here. Does force
It was right under tower.
hashtag worth though. Still forces her flash. Gets out with an enemy summon is burned. I'd say worth.
And definitely that aftershock there showing up a little bit, in that that third shot didn't do
Oh,
nearly
the
as much as
early
good. Oh, that's-
TP. We do have a TP from here that Morgana
no.
is looking like to be first blood, although Sins just get caught out by the binding, and they do trade the kill.
Yeah, that was a really good TP from Aatrox, just seeing the opportunity and wanting to get Stab Me Like Yuri ahead, because... Oh!
Going back in here with the Nautilus on the stun, catching out the Malphite. Malphite forced to flash, and Twitch flashing in for the... oh no! And
Goodbye,
they are gonna
Malphite.
get the return kill. Flashing under the tower. That's the feels bad.
Yep. I mean, what I was going to say was that was really smart of Aatrox to see that opportunity and head down bottom for it. But we also got to see the power of that Jhin Morgana combo, in that he stayed rooted for almost 3.5 seconds, unable to do anything other than just watch his health bar go down.
Yeah. And it was really opportune time too, because Morgana had just used the black shield there on Jhin. So didn't have it to be able to save herself from the flip or the Nautilus hook.
Indeed, indeed.
Looks like Olaf is rotating down here to the bot side. Both junglers are down here. Might be looking to get some pick potential. Oh, binding does land on Twitch. The double comment. Oh my god, the triple comment. Coming in and just poking them down.
Yeah, and that Jhin Morgana combo, like we were just saying, is so annoying because the Morgana Q pretty much guarantees the Jhin W unless Nautilus goes in and body blocks it for him. And he kind of just missed it, so Twitch gets to sit there and just watch his health go down for a while, unable to see us, unable to move. Taking free damage.
Alright, we do have the Olaf coming in, forcing the flash here from Wallflower, but we'll pick up the kill, yep, with the axe.
Yeah, it was a bit of unfortunate for Wallflower. I think he might have flashed a little early. Interesting considering he flashed really late in the last game. But you have to flash after, or you have to flash before the axe hits, right? He flashed after the axe hits, because if you flash after the axe hits, you're still slowed. He's still going to get the next one on you, and it's not really going to put you in a good position. So
Yeah, probably would have waited
bit
to flash like the
unfortunate.
Ori damage.
Yeah, and I understand that, but again, it was either a little late or a little too early, depending on how you wanted to look at it. Either needed to flash the first axe or not flash until the second one. But
Oh,
walked
the
away from-
solo. Oh, the flash. Barely getting out with a sliver of health, Aatrox. Almost got the solo kill with the Malphite there. Malphite ult is down now, though. And won't be
Fun
able to use
fact,
that for a team fight here.
because Malphite has to go magic resist in this matchup, he didn't actually kill him there. Malphite has a chain vest, probably actually manages to get that kill.
Malzahar ult comes out really early there. Maokai wasn't quite in range there for... what? And
A weird spectator glitch, but uh-oh.
yeah, did you not see them not move?
Yeah,
Oh,
they kind of,
the
waited a couple
stopwatch
seconds.
outplay. Baited by the low health bars. Great play there from Wallflower, baiting that Orianna into, thinking she had the kill, and stopwatching at the last second.
Slight aside, I just gave my dog a little piece of breadstick, and instead of chewing it, she just swallowed the entire thing whole. So that was fun.
She's my spirit animal.
Yeah, for sure.
I relate to that on a spiritual level.
You know, we are seeing a much better performance from Wallflower this game. He definitely went down very heavily in the early game to Rochelle, taking a massive CS deficit. However, we are seeing the exact same pattern from a top lane as it has been in the last few games of Aatrox just going down in CS. Without the free kills he got on Scion in that first game, he's always had a rough time kind of just keeping this up.
True, yeah.
That was a
Wallflower
bad time to clear that pink, my friend.
instantly getting popped there.
It's a thing that you really have to unlearn from solo queue, right? That wouldn't have been a bad time in solo queue to clear that ward because your jungler is relatively close. But in coordinated,
Yeah, it looks like Nautilus ult coming out. Twitch ult ulting as well. Catches the Jhin. Jhin does still have flash. Forces the flash out. Oh, and picks up the kill on Nautilus with the fourth shot. Jhin ult's coming out, slowing him with the comment. And looks like, oh, no binding miss.
so close. That almost looked really good for them, but fourth shot Jhin is nothing to be messed with.
Very true, yeah. Now, Twitch does still have flash heal. Could get that spicy potential outplay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, in solo queue, that's a totally appropriate time to clear that ward because your jungler is relatively close. But in coordinated play, you need to have your jungler a lot closer than you normally would to try and clear things like that. They won't. All right. They won't be able to make it in time if the other team is coordinating better than you.
True. And we have
It's just
seen
all about that quick reaction time that comes from communication.
right, and we have seen a lot of really great macro play from both sides today, actually, in different games. I feel like definitely Egro Hunters has been a little bit more consistent in their macro play. Sin just going in here. Oh, Wallflower caught out again, but still ends up dying there to the Orianna combo. Can he get the... Nautilus is here to help, able to slow down the Olaf. Oh, Maokai just barely getting out with a sliver of health.
Nope.
And Nautilus not quite able to pick up... Might be able... Yeah, is able to pick it up.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're an older Olaf player, you're used to getting that extra lifesteal as well when you get down low, but his W wore off and he didn't have the ability to regenerate through the damage that they were dealing, and instead it just went down. Unfortunate. Unfortunate too, because it felt like Wallflower probably didn't need to die there again. Died a couple times unnecessarily, but instead of just taking that and walking away, they tried to get a little more than they needed to.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be kind of a brutal matchup there. While Malzahar does scale into the late game like fairly decently. When Orianna snowballs out of control early, it's not pretty. One-shotting everyone on an entire team 100 to 0 with a full combo is not easy to deal with.
Definitely. Well, and the other thing about it is that their team's a very death ball-y comp, right? Like they need to keep everybody from getting onto this Twitch, which means that they're generally going to be in good places for Orianna to ult them. Uh-oh, getting caught out though.
Yeah, Orianna does stop the Malzahar ult, but this will go down to the E. They are doing a lot of damage. They are trading in the bot lane. Jhin does fall down to the Twitch. Morgana probably will fall as well. The CC coming out from Nautilus. And able to pick up the kill with the poison. That is a 4-for-1 there. What'd you say?
I was just saying it's a really good map-wide comeback for West Coast, because their biggest weakness in this game is that they just don't lane as well as the E-Girl Hunters have. E-Girl Hunters have been able to take a good lead out of the lane and convert it into a lot of early games. And so they need these kind of early plays to prevent things like this from happening.
Oh, I did not expect that damage. I guess the Q-Max does help. Malphite picking up the solo kill there on Singe. Singe not respecting that, even though if you flash, Malphite still has his ult to close that distance again.
Well, and you have to wonder, he has flash, but if Singe has Ghost, I feel like he gets out of both times that he's died in that lane.
Very true, yeah. Which is why Ghost is the preferred. Because Singe has the survivability, he just doesn't have the mobility. And Flash is just like that one-time mobility, so Ghost is just way more efficient on Singed.
Indeed.
Whereas Ghost lasts for a long time, and it's up more than Flash is.
And we did see Nautilus just pick a really bad time to clear a ward. He didn't have Twitch there, he didn't have a jungler there. He knew that the other team was in lane and had no real reason to be there, but tried to go for the clear and was punished for it.
Alright, looks like we're going to be pressuring this mid tower. Orianna is pushed up really far, but does have her team right there, a dragon to help her. Looks like they're going to be rotating here. Take the first dragon of the game. The air drake goes over to E-Girl Hunters. And going to have some more map mobility here.
Nautilus wants this.
Looks like that's just kind of a wasted Nautilus ult there.
I guess it was a Nautilus ult to disengage, but yeah, definitely a waste. It's such a good counter to Jhin, because if Jhin tries to back up and ult, Nautilus being able to flash in or hook in and then ult him means that it gets interrupted and locks him down for a longer period of time.
Very true.
It is pretty hilarious to see all of these meteors on everybody, though.
Yeah. Literally just meteors flying around the whole time.
Just quad meteors.
I'm
There's
excited
Xerath
for
and
the
Yugi
team
getting
fight with like a 5-man Orianna ult into like 5 meteors coming in.
picked. Yeah. Xerath is playing in this game, even though he wasn't even picked.
True. Alright, looks like Singe is going to be able to pick up the turret here, but will pay for it with his life, most likely. Yeah.
Definitely, I think overall that's probably worth it for him. He's down anyway, he's been killed a couple of times. Getting that tower kind of frees up the map for them, but they don't have to worry about it as much.
True.
Sorceress has just taken abuse from this Twitch, though. Both games, Sorceress has had a rough time against Stabby Fury. Uh-oh.
He going in there with the flash onto the Jhin.
He's gonna die. Oh my goodness. Just barely.
Barely making it out, surviving the poison there.
And that is a couple of important ults down.
Yeah, that is Maokai's flash down as well. Not sure why Maokai flashed there. Basically was point blank with Jhin already. Seems like kind of a wasted flash. Looks like Maokai is going to sit here in the bush to protect Malzahar so he can get the turret. Might go in on Orianna. Looks like they are going in on Orianna. Maokai is tanking. Do they have the damage there to kill it? Orianna ults during the Malzahar shield. Still does get to pick up the kill though. Jhin 4-shot, maybe heal baited. Singe in the mid lane, flipping away the Malphite, saving the AD carry, but now might be in a sticky situation himself.
There is action all over the
All
map.
over the map. Olaf being
all
able to pick up maybe a double kill here in the bot lane.
Yeah, it just goes rough for West Coast all over the map. Feels like they might have tried a little bit too hard to get things that they didn't need to try that hard for. Definitely pushing themselves to try and crawl back out of their minor gold deficit that they have now, when really this character on your screen right now, Twitch, is all that matters at the moment. You know, you don't need to push the game so hard when you have this AD carry that can win team fights for you in the mid to late game if he just survives. And he's 3-0-1. You know, he's not even doing badly.
Right, he's definitely going to come on a lot earlier than that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said he's definitely going to come on a lot earlier than, like, you know, you would normally anticipate, because he is fed. Although he is falling behind in CS, he still has picked up a lot of kills, and so he still is just about, you know, even to where he should be at this time in the game.
Definitely, definitely. He's actually, he's about, I think this is from Global Gold, he's about 1,400 gold under. But in this matchup, that's not the worst thing considering the state of the rest of his team. Singed is sitting 1,100 gold under. Maokai is the only one in the lead with about 300 gold up. But Malzahar is 500 gold under. And then I guess Nautilus is a little ahead, but to be expected.
Support gold doesn't matter.
Yeah, support gold doesn't matter. That's an interesting ultimate.
Yeah, solo ulting there again. And getting killed there. Bursted out by that
Stuck on that
Malphite.
meteor, son.
Oh, flashes over the
Iris
thick
flash.
wall.
Managed to get it over the wall. Well done.
Really great play there by Snyder. Snyder does have the early mask, and so all of his damage is amplified. And I guess Malzahar probably wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, and it feels like a couple of times, and even last game.
Orianna's caught out.
All right, nothing happens. But this game and last game a little bit, it felt like Wallflower has been ulting just kind of a barely too early or barely too late, just not quite in sync with what he needs to be doing on the champion.
Yeah, a lot of times he's like ulting really early before Maokai is there to help him. Mid lane fight bursts out. Twitch ult comes out and instantly deletes the Jhin. But Olaf is all over his face. Team really working really well to peel that Olaf off for him.
Yeah.
He does force the Twitch flash though.
We saw the potential of Twitch there, though, is that if he gets any kind of protection, Jhin can't walk within range. He just simply cannot do it. As Twitch will just burst him straight down. However, on the flip side, we also saw exactly what Olaf can do to a Twitch. Even unaided, almost was able to take Twitch all the way from 100 to 0 with 3 people attempting to peel him.
True.
So you have to think with like a little bit more help or an Orianna ball, that's a very dead Twitch.
Malphite ult comes out to pick up the kill on Singed, and they're just going to keep here running down this Nautilus with so many slows and the binding coming out.
For sure. I am liking Snyder Dude on this Malphite. It did, even though he got ahead on Kled, it felt like he didn't quite know how to play in a team fight.
True, yeah.
Really wanted to dive in on the back line, despite being this user without many resistances going into Vayne, who does not care about his massively extended health pool at all.
And Malphite is probably going to be like the more simplified version of that Kled dive, where he just, you know, all of his damage is front loaded and
and he
is a
can
little
build
more tankier.
as well, you know, he's not going to be going first item Thornmail into all damage items.
Yeah, I did notice that last game that he opted to sit on that Bramble Vest for a really, really long time.
And with its reworked version, you can sit on it longer. But honestly, in the case when you're up against a Vayne, I feel like it might have been better to you pull a little sooner, that game's over. We're looking at Olaf just doing Olaf things.
Just running in their faces, constantly slowing
Running in
them.
their massive slows. There goes the Oriana ultimate.
Morg Binding coming out. Does stop the Maokai. Jin is ulted and knocked up. They're just
Axes.
just slowed for days with these Olaf axes. Just really impressive. They're going to take the mid lane tower here. And it looks like Singe is in the back line. And just going to walk straight out.
Uh-oh. Still
Maokai does Righteous Glory. Singed is in their face. Tries to flip the Olaf, but Olaf says no. Malphite ult comes out. Twitch is ulting in the back line, and they don't have an Olaf anymore to get all up in his face, so a little bit of a does the hook come out?
A bit of a preemptive flash there from, oh boy. See ya.
Maokai going a little bit deep, doesn't have the protection of his team. The 4-shot comes out, does get the movement speed. Oriana ball coming in. Oh, and he gets grabbed. He's out of mana. Does force the heal.
A bit of a
Jin.
preemptive BM moat. But it does end up working out a little bit better. It felt like they got a 1-for-1 off the team fight that initially looked really bad for them on the side of West Coast, West Coast. And again, they wanted to take more. They got a little greedy.
Yeah, I was like, I think they stretched themselves a little thin there and still end up losing the tower for it.
Well, yeah, especially considering that they started that fight at almost half the total health values of the team that they were fighting. Managed to go 1-for-1 and then still greeted for that extra kill. You know, Nautilus flashing without his ultimate, didn't manage to put a hook on anyone.
Yeah, flashing
Didn't
without his
exhaust
hookup as
before he
well.
died. Yeah.
Alright, looks like Olaf is caught out a little bit here with the Maokai and the Singed. Just turning on the Ragnarok and trying to run it down, but taking so much damage from the Singed. Olaf only has armor and health, no magic resist, so the Singed is just shredding through that health.
It's actually a perfect time for Olaf's Ragnarok to run out there, because if he Ragnaroks and hits the plant, he does not go over the wall. It is not like Malzahar passive. If he hits a plant while he's in Ragnarok, he does not move. So it was actually really great timing for that to run out right as he wanted to get over.
Yeah, guess what? Malzahar's shield is like a damage blocker, not so much a...
Well, it did
CC
initially.
blocker.
When they first released the plants, it did block it. But they changed it so that it would not, because it basically meant that Malzahar could not use plants.
Looks like they are trying to burst down this Baron. They don't have Malzahar though, so this is super risky. They walked over several wards to get here.
Oh, there goes Olaf!
Really, really risky play there. Nautilus does get binded by the Morg binding, and it looks like they're going to turn around, knowing that Malzahar is bot. Does still have TP though, but no really great safe wards to TP to. TPing in the back here of the pit. They are going to be cranking it back in here. Twitch is still up and does still have the spray and pay.
Yeah,
Flash,
no
Malphite ult,
protection.
and gets instantly blown up here by the Malphite and Olaf.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is that with Maokai not being there, Singed instantly dying, and Nautilus being dead for a while, you know, there's also no protection for Twitch, and that's most of their composition.
Oh,
feels
caught by
like-
the Morg binding, and
oh,
that's going to be
yeah.
a death for Malzahar.
Yeah, it just feels somewhat like West Coast, Best Coast are getting desperate when they really don't need to. At this point, even though the score looks really bad, they were only down around 3,000 gold. Of course, that is going to extend a lot now that they've given up so much, but this was definitely something that E-Girl Hunters just managed to take advantage of some really bad decision-making coming out of West Coast, Best Coast.
Definitely. I feel like that was, they were trying to make like a savior Baron play, and just completely unnecessary. Especially without, you know, the true vision denial first. Walked over several wards before. They only cleared the ward in the pit, not any of the wards walking over to the pit, so...
Well, and you feel like if they wanted to make that play, which initially was not bad, the idea of putting Malzahar in a side lane, having him shove out waves, which he's very good at, and then try to bait the Baron, is that they didn't need to actually start it. They could walk into the pit because they knew that there wasn't anything in the pit, right? And then just wait. Wait for the other team to run at them. Let them flex their massive front line to protect Twitch and win a team fight.
True.
But instead, they actually did start it, even though they only have a Righteous Glory Maokai that has any kind of the Singed had to rush a bunch of magic resist first, and is indeed, I think, going for, it's probably a Stone Plate second.
Maybe?
Maybe a Randuin's? I'm not sure. He has a lot of components. Uh-oh, here goes Olaf.
Olaf in the back, just instantly on top of that. Oh, the goodbye Twitch. Instantly destroyed by the Olaf and Malphite ults. Here comes the Jhin slowing down these people so they can get picked off by these tanks. And looks like Malzahar is forced to flash. Binding lands on the Singed, and looks like they're just going to siege down this tower here now with a numbers advantage. Oh, 3-man Orianna ult comes out, and it's on all these fat tanks though, but that's okay. They're just going to keep bursting down these tanks. Malzahar is picked up on the back by Orianna.
This could
And,
be game. If they keep tossing themselves out here, they're going to lose the game this way. Oh boy, that was
Orianna almost dying to the Singed poison, was tanking the tower aggro and had to barrier and shield herself.
Yeah, if West Coast, Best Coast keeps making these decisions where they're the second ones to objectives and giving up way more than they need to, this game is going to be over super fast.
Yeah, they're almost down to a 10k gold deficit now here, which is going to be the biggest deficit we've had so far across these 3 games.
Yeah, especially because they were down 3,000 gold, right, and slightly less than that, almost like 2,500 gold before they made the disastrous Baron call, while having optimally all the pressure on the map.
True. And definitely going to be pretty brutal here, especially with map rotations. West Coast, Best Coast is not going to be able to even come close to matching EGH Hunters.
There's the Olaf.
Olaf coming in, they are going to be stunning up this Maokai. Maokai has nobody near him to help him, but he is tanky as hell, but will probably still fall here and die to this.
There's the Mastery Flare.
And this looks like it's just actually going to be a rundown of every single lane. They're just going to 5-man stack and run them down. The composition for the team fight, 3 tank team fight, really only works if you're really far ahead, like the Vayne was last time.
Or you're together, you know?
Yeah, or you're together.
Trying to play your battle lines instead of doing these weird, over-forced plays. We do have to give credit where credit's due. EGH Hunters have solidly won the lane in all 3 games. They didn't play super well around bot lane sometimes, but even then, the other 2 lanes won both games pretty strongly. Oh, there's a hook.
Hook on
Under
Orianna.
tower.
Twitch is opening up in the backline, gets Malphite ulted, stunned and locked in place.
Oh
and
my goodness,
just
that Twitch damage.
instantly blowing up everybody. No root for you.
Unbelievable amount of Twitch damage there.
Yeah, he is to his 3-item power spike now, so he's got so much damage coming out with the spray and pray. And he had the wall, had vision over the wall, and just instantly blew up all the carries in the back.
Yeah, you saw him make the decision about 4 seconds into that team fight of, oh, I don't have to shoot Malphite, there's all these people over here. And
Right.
they just begin to melt over the wall.
And I think Twitch is okay as long as he has just Malphite on him, if nobody else is following up with the Malphite ult.
For
He
sure.
can just
I
ignore the
think
Malphite.
Yeah, it definitely behooves them to keep the ball on Olaf, speed him up, and use the Orianna ultimate to get Twitch closer to Olaf, rather than combining it with Malphite, right?
Right.
Because Olaf really needs that clear, easy way to get in, and he can run at the back line as long as he's in the right position and being enabled to do so. You know, Black Shield, Orianna Ball, and gets on Twitch. But I think they just played that team fight a little too defensive, letting Malphite go in and then trying to peel off the rest of the team when it wasn't necessary.
Definitely, yeah. It looks like the Malphite had gone in instead of like they just tried to root down the Twitch instead of actually engaging on the Twitch.
Well, and for sure, their Olaf and Malphite have a ton of their gold. You know, they're the biggest carries in this game currently, so they don't really need to worry about the back line as much as long as they can get Maokai and Olaf on that Twitch. We do have to give E-Girls respect for, like we said, winning the lane and really pushing the map. They have had way more wards and had way more vision control over everything in all 3 games. Uh-oh, Malphite gets got. But he's a very tanky boy.
Like, just barely tickled. Didn't take any damage there. And here comes the Jin ult opening up, slowing down.
Well, he really
Singed.
wants it, but you know, doesn't quite have his way in.
Incoming
Oh
Orianna
man,
caught
this
out.
gets an angle. Goodbye.
Just instantly blowing up
Oh,
everybody
no.
there.
That's so rough for E-Girl Hunters, as it looked like they were doing well, but Stab Me Like Yuri just finds the right angle to open up and obliterate E-Girl Hunters. Right when Baron and Dragon are coming up too. This is
Actually going to be a free Baron
disastrous
as well.
for the lead.
Yeah, and I feel like Eagle Hunters is falling into the same thing as last match, where they're not getting onto the one true carry of West Coast, Best Coast.
Well, and we just complimented them for their vision control, but we do have to admit that they're not playing around their vision very well, right? So all of their vision is on the top side, but they're all cheating over to the wrong side of the mid lane. If they want to play, I said top side, I meant bot side. If they want to let up the siege, they need to play around their vision, especially with a Twitch, right?
Right, yeah.
When you can't see Twitch like that, you have to guard your flanks with pink wards so that you don't get caught by an angle like that.
Also, like, they didn't put any wards over the walls as they were
Yeah, that as well.
sieging onto that tower, and so couldn't see anything over there, and so Twitch was just opening up from Fog of War.
Yeah. Well, Fog of War 80 was invisible, but even so, you got to put those things over, because if they had moved it over, they would have seen Malphite coming around that direction, right? They would have seen the flank coming into existence. It just feels like they need to adapt their. Uh-oh, I have a pause
Looks
coming
like
out.
we've got a pause here.
But yeah, it feels like E-Girl Hunters has all of the tools, and they have the mechanics to easily win this game if they can put in the right amount of vision and forethought to their team fights, right?
True.
West
yeah.
Coast, Best Coast has Stab Me Like Yuri, who has been playing out of his mind in the last 2 games, and has really been putting the team on his back. And if E-Girl Hunters takes a moment to think about how they're going to proceed with this game, how they're going to put out their wards and their vision to assemble the right team fight, I think they can do it. You know, Orianna, Malphite, and Olaf are still going to be able to pop that Twitch at any stage in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Twitch is building a last item, Blade of the Ruined King. Just like last game, no defensive stats, 0. What's a Guardian Angel? Nobody cares. You know?
Who
They
needs a
doesn't
Guardian
feel like he
Angel?
even needs it. So if they can just get their 3, they put the ball on Olaf, they put the Black Shield on Olaf, let him run in and get on top of the Twitch, ult the Twitch immediately into a Malphite ultimate, he's dead. And these things aren't hard to set up as long as they have the vision to prevent getting flanked first.
Right, right. Looks like they are going to be pushing down here the mid lane. Maokai is Righteous Glory in and just zoning the back line. The zoning glory.
The
Olaf
Righteous-
going in with the
There you
Righteous
go,
Glory.
but he's got no health.
Got nobody with him, instantly getting blown up. Twitch still has his ult.
It's a 2-man Orianna ultimate. Oh, this is unfortunate. It feels like
Oh.
maybe they're suffering the same problem that West Coast did. They fell a little further behind and got desperate to turn the tables, trying things that were never going to work. That is so unfortunate.
Yeah, and
They
that
definitely
actually
had
might
to
be
in
the game
bag,
here.
but yeah, this might be game over. You're right, NyQuil. Oh, that's so unfortunate for for a
For
team
eager
that
hunters,
has
yeah.
so much control to go for something so unnecessarily desperate.
Yeah. For sure. Like, they weren't even on the tower yet, and just... Olaf
Yeah,
was
in
going
the
way
open,
too
Olaf
deep.
died outside of his raptor
Yeah.
camp. That mid tower's been gone for 25 minutes. Oh, that's a little rough. A little rough.
Yeah, that's a rough series. GG's, though, to West Coast, Best Coast.
Indeed, indeed. There were definitely a lot of things to learn on both sides of this game, feels like.
For sure.
Mistakes on both sides. I liked the showing from both of them. Definitely would, if I had to pick an MVP for this game, stab me like Yuri, just playing super, super well, getting a good position and playing around team fights super well.
Definitely that last game for sure, or the last 2 games for sure. Just solo carrying his teams to victory.
Really, yeah, just throwing him on his back and carrying them across the finish line. But definitely want to look more to these eagle hunters to see their success in the future. I feel like they definitely have potential. They won the first 15 to 20 minutes of every game was pretty solidly won by eagle hunters. I guess, do we want to pull someone in for an interview?
Yeah, we can do that. It looks like we've got...
Let's pull in maybe 1 or 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, let's say... I think Lemon is Yuri, so we can pull in Lemon for sure.
Yeah, sure. Pull in Lemon. You got him.
Hey, what's up?
We'll pull in
Dream.
Dream.
He's the one that mentioned
Well,
it.
Yeah, Dream's a nice support. He needs to carry it.
Alright. How are you guys doing?
Good. How about
Great.
yourself?
Good. That was definitely a hard-fought reverse sweep there.
It was a-
oh, wait,
it was a
let
It's
me,
exhausting, man.
let me swap the stream. There we go. So we can see something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I watched all of them, but I only got to cast the last one. But definitely a fun match to watch you guys play. Lemon, you are Stab Me Like Yuri, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you put on a really impressive show in these last couple games on both on Vayne and Twitch. What was kind of the mindset when you guys went down 10K in this last game, and I think it was 5,000 to 6,000 in the second game, and really had to try and pull yourselves out? What were comms like? What was the goal going into the mid to late game?
Hey, you can take this one.
So the second game we were really playing off that what we got an early triple, I think, onto me, and then so like that we knew we could just play off the Vayne because I mean I'm just a solo queue player. And then the third game we were just all really tilted and thought we were gonna lose anyway. So you're like, let's go for some plays, and I guess we made the plays.
Is that what happened with like the crazy desperate Baron call there in the mid game?
Yeah. We were like, bro, let's just go for it.
I said let's give him the free win. Let's
Yeah.
just go for the bear.
I mean, yeah, you guys did. It was a crazy, like, a super desperate play there, but like, you guys weren't even that far back. You were only down like I think a 1,500 gold or 2K at that point.
Yeah, the fun thing about it was that the score was really not showing how close the game was. When you guys were making that Baron call, you were like Nyquil said, 1,500, 1,800 gold behind, but then decided to actually go for that Baron and dropped 3-4 kills in the Baron and went down 10,000 after that, which was a bit rough.
I can quote my mid laner. He says, "Hey guys, watch me feed," and then he died. So it was a pretty good game. I thought the comms for that call were just fantastic. Like just no one properly synergizing and just dying. It was pretty good.
Definitely. Well, it was good to see you guys be able to pull it back. Obviously, you do have some clear stuff to work on. It's very apparent. But
I would definitely say
congratulations to
you guys team fight really well, and so you guys should definitely roll with that. And your front to back team fighting is excellent. So yeah, congratulations to you guys.
I'd like to put a little shout out to Aatrox right here. This guy's the top lane legend. Everyone should be fighting for him. He should be paid to play in this league. Like, oh.
No, but overall though, it was a good series. I really think they should have closed out Game 3, but they just really didn't know how to. Um, they let me pick Nautilus again. I put him pulling out that in scrims, and it's like literally free team fight champion. And
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see the Nautilus and the Maokai go through all 3 games.
yeah,
Maokai being absolutely ridiculous and uh, like unkillable in the late game. But yeah, do you guys have any last things you guys want to say to all of your doting fans?
yeah. I want to give a shout out to my biggest fan, Cal. He's just the greatest support out there. He just the best guy. He's my role model. Just one of the best.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for joining us on the show today, and good luck in your future games.
Thank you.
Amen.
Take care.
Alrighty. Well,
Thanks for watching.
thanks
guys.
for watching, guys. That was E-Girls Hunters versus West Coast Best Coast. We will be back here later tonight. I think we do have 2 more games tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to come back and check out those games here later on this evening. We've got a whole bunch of different casters that'll be here this evening as well. We will not be returning, or I won't be. But they do have a couple other people here lined up here this evening. So be sure to support everyone, and we'll see you later on this evening. This has been NyQuil and Hipster Dragon, and we'll catch you guys later.
See you.